Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Tysis. Apologies for the webcam. The normal webcam is playing up, but it is an NNN show, and we are talking about it's been a year since Whisk has passed away. We do have his little photo that we normally put up on, actually right above me, just right there where I'm sticking my finger there. And so it's a little honorary sort of thing that we've had up there for a long time. And I'm really just surprised that it's been a whole year since he's gone. And yeah, it sort of snuck up, and I saw the old Facebook memories and I thought, oh, so his anniversary, I think, is on the Monday, if I'm right. And, this was sort of the day that I decided that, it was time to put him down. Because he was that sick and unwell. He had lost over a kilo of weight in the last 3 weeks, leading up to his end. And, sometimes you have to make those really tough decisions. And I thought I would do a little video, or I guess an NNN show about, what it's been like, without him and stuff like that. And it has been difficult, it's been, there's obviously none of that responsibilities of feeding someone every morning and night and lunchtime and all that sort of stuff. And that's kind of been nice, but it's also, messed up that, probably that routine that I need in my life where, that helped me out with my depression and anxiety and things like that. But I think the hardest part is the loneliness, is that you do get lonely here sometimes. It's just a really sterile unit with some nice toys and a kitchen and a bedroom and a nice little balcony, but it doesn't feel right without him. And I think it's always feels a bit more homely when you've got a pet or something like that, a cat or dog or whatever. And I think without Whisk, that's been the difficult thing about it is just missing him and having that company. And when you're having a bad day, I could just go up and pick up Whisk and go, oh, let's go. And, I could, treat him like a dog and play with his little tail, his little ears, and, give him tummy burps and all that silly stuff. And he just wouldn't care because he just liked getting attention and cuddles and all that sort of thing. And that's why I liked Whisk a lot. I think, personality-wise, we really just clicked well. And it's funny because I've seen a few other cats in the last year, probably the most ever. Half a dozen cats or more. And they're all really nice and cute and well. Some are a little bit afraid of me and some of them like me a bit. But Whisk was really different in terms of he did act more like a doggy personality. He had... Even strangers would come over, he would be, nudging them and wanting to get cuddles and, really curious and, sort of like a friendly dog would come up to you and sort of, give you nudges and want to get to know you. I think that's why he was a really good cat for me. And it was a lot of fun. It was a really good 13, 14 years, and I kind of wish he lived here a bit longer, seeing that this was the best, house for him. And he lived in some pretty crappy units, same with me during my 20s, and I kind of wish, he stuck around a few more years. He would have been 15 years old in November. So, yeah. But there's nothing I can do now. And it does make it tricky. Being lonely, and especially in lockdown, having no pet or I don't have a partner or anything like that. And, it's just me at home, with my own thoughts and feelings and things like that. But I still have all of his old stuff that I've kept in a box. His meal. He had a lot of meals out of this, but towards the end he didn't eat, which was, pretty scary to see that sort of thing and sad. But he liked his chicken. He liked his meal times, and for probably 13, 14 years, I did not need to set an alarm clock. I was always up, definitely before 8 and 9 in the early years. And then in his later years, it would be, I was up at 7 o'clock, at least before, giving his morning meal and stuff like that. And, I guess the one question that people, probably one or two people have asked is that, would I get another pet? And, would the channel get another little mascot to take over from Whisk? And I have thought about it, and I think there will be a time where I can do that, but I want to pay off, Whisk's medical bills, which I'm still doing after a year. So that was the price that I paid. I paid a really high price for it. You take the gamble of trying to find out what was wrong with him. We couldn't figure it out, and it was too late. So, even after a year, I'm still 900 in debt, which is, I'm still slowly paying off. And that takes a long time, unfortunately. So I would say in another year's time, I would be out of debt. But maybe next year I do something about it and look for and I wouldn't get another older cat as much as I would like to. I don't think I can deal with getting an 8 or 9 or 10-year-old cat and it passes away on me, quickly or soonish. I don't think I could do that. I think I'm happy to go, get a kitten and go through the baby stage and, knowing me taking lots of photos and videos, as I did with Whisk. And I think that was, one regret. I wish I took more videos of him. He was really great. He was really photogenic, I guess he was. I'm just being super biased now, so bugger it. But I thought he was a very cute kitty. And he sort of knew where the camera was in terms of, we would bring him on the streams and he would be really good. And, his big last stream that he had was really good. It's really special. It's probably still my favorite stream. It's like the most emotional stream that I've done, but still probably the one that I'm pretty proud of and happy that everything just turned out perfectly well. He could have started throwing up in the stream 10 minutes into it, and it would have been all pretty hard and emotional to deal with that, because that was, the night before, he was to be put down. So, I gave him a few more days left, and I thought, look, we'll have a big stream and, get him to say goodbye to everyone, and that was really the only way to do it, I guess, seeming I don't really get any visitors here at my place. And that was, yeah, so that was tough. But I was happy with that, and I don't know, a future cat would be nice, but I think probably the upfront costs of getting it, they're about $200, $300, and that's something that I can't really quite afford all at once. So that's another barrier. I would, easily just spend money on cat food like I did with Whisk when he was unwell. So, Whisk definitely was fed and looked after better than I was. There was definitely many times I went without a meal and go, oh, well, Whisk, you're getting some of my fish meal for tonight. There's a lack of cat food or anything like that, because he was always well looked after. I don't know what else to say. Yeah. Yeah, but I still miss him a lot. I think it still hurts a lot to talk about it. Yeah, probably because I'm lonely, and probably never quite knowing what actually got him in the end. my only theory left was cancer, because that was the only thing that we didn't really test him for, and that would have been, open surgery, $800 to $1,000 just to find out if it's cancer or not even treatment of it. And that was sort of the final straw. And he had weighed so little. He sort of went from a big chonky cat to a little sort of kitten size. And that was really tough to see that, and to, sort of be, a helpless cat dad that couldn't do anything for him. And sometimes you can't save them all. So, yes, but, his memory will go on, and he will be, kind of keeping a watch over us. I'm an atheist, so I don't actually believe it. But look, he's here in the spirit, he was very good at giving me breaks on streams and video working and stuff like that. He would just sort of annoy me. But I think he enjoyed the streams and being a part of it. And I think he had fun because it allowed him to interact with me when I was working, and I could give him attention when he was sitting next to me, and he liked, watching me play video games. He would just sit and look at the TV and go, what's going on here? So, he had good fun. So that's all I can think of. But it's been, I don't know if my life is any better or worse. It's probably a bit worse, I'd say, overall without him. Because, just life gets hard a bit. And it kind of sucks when you're doing it all by yourself. So, I think that's all I've got to say about it. We're still thinking of you, Whisk. And, So, that's it from me, and I shall see you next time.